Attention, everybody. The views expressed on this show are not necessarily those of Acts Ministry, Acts Media Group, and or their affiliates, ministries, and or nonprofits.
It's time for a commercial.
You should have heard us. We had an issue just a second ago. So
You had an issue.
we had an issue.
You had an issue.
Going old school today.
Going old school.
Took 3 nails,
3.
all that blood. Wash away
Count
all
'em.
of our sins.
A lot of blood.
2, 3, yeah. Good morning. Coming to you live from Acts Media Group headquarters here in beautiful Springfield, Missouri. It's the Morning Drive, and Matt and Jay were the hosts. Matt and Jay.
On the cross, you died for me.
Went old school
Shed
today
blood
with
for
the.
me on Calvary.
That really sounds pretty good for a home recording.
So I can live,
It is a good one.
so I can give.
Remember how hard we worked on it?
Yeah.
That would be good.
Yeah. All the 5 seconds. Wait 5 seconds, guys.
It's the way you pull my heart to
That's why on these videos there's always like at least 20 seconds. Because you say 5 seconds and I would make it 20.
And I see for the first time all I'm meant to be. And I feel all the love you give through the nails you took for me. Yeah. Nails, love me with nails, love me with thorns, love me with your blood. Nails,
All right, so
Oh, I should be doing something.
you should be doing something. So should I. Listen to this music while we turn on our Facebook.
In a word, there's no less way than the nails explain what you had to do.
Good morning, Steve Schultz.
Sacrifice, you took my sin, took it all within.
We would have been early,
Made me new.
but I hit the S
And I
button
see
twice.
For the first time, all
And that started stream stopping right at the same time. In case you didn't know, it's Friday.
Nails, love me with nails, love me with thorns, love me with your blood. Yeah. Nails, love me with nails, love me with thorns, love me with your blood.
Good news band from Jason's house.
Yep.
Well, Jason's old house.
Good days, man. Those were good days.
They still are. We still have good days.
While we were sinners, Christ died for you. The nails and the blood he shed was all so we could choose. Yeah. Love me with nails, love me with your blood.
All right, good morning, Scott. Larry, our live video keeps getting interrupted for some reason.
Really?
Love me with your blood. Nails, love me with nails. Love me
Jeremiah
with
Humans.
thorns, love me with your blood.
Steve
Yeah.
Schultz.
Nails, love me with nails. Love me with
Sorry that our video
thorns,
keeps getting
love me with
interrupted. I don't know what's going on with it.
Love me with nails. Love me with nails.
All right, little pre-morning drive music for you guys.
Yes, sir.
Let me hit play here. All right. Good morning, Sandra Bray, Jeremiah Humans. All the good stuff going on today. We got Dr. Paul will be here later on. Again, I don't understand why our live video keeps getting interrupted. I think it's the network on Facebook is getting overrun.
Overwhelmed.
Yes, because it is Friday.
It is Friday.
Sissy Brooks, welcome to the shizzo. Sorry, couldn't help myself. Welcome to the show. Now, today is
Remember to hit that like button and share right now so your friends can watch us live as well.
like and subscribe,
Like and share, like and share, like and share.
like and share, but don't
and
like share. But I don't
share
like
it to
share.
your story.
Do you believe in life after love? Yes. Just saying.
I
That
do
was-
believe in
that
life
was a
after
share
love.
joke. That was a share
I'm
joke.
experiencing it
You get
right
it?
now.
That was a share joke.
It was a share joke. I did see that.
Okay,
I'm
I'm glad you saw it. That's important that
You
people
want me to sing
see
it
that.
for you?
No, yes.
We won't get stopped. They won't even recognize it.
Do it. You ready?
No.
We were doing all kinds of really.
I believe in life after love.
Yes. We
How
were
was that?
selling tickets to Jay's show at the.
I should be going to the
Grand Ole Opry.
What's that? America's Got Talent.
Yes.
I would
They don't
nail
know what
that
they're
dude.
talking about, man. Yo messed up all of y'all's.
Right.
My friends tell me that I should be a professional singer. I'm like, I've seen some of those, and I'm like,
Your
need
friends should have been telling you something else.
you need to get you need to get better friends.
Yeah. They got you here on international television.
Right? Making fools of ourselves. I would be so afraid of what Simon was ruthless.
He was ruthless when you.
He was like Simon Cowell was the what's that guy's name that does all Gordon Ramsay of music.
Oh yeah.
That was the most horrible thing I've ever heard in all my life.
Yeah.
It's like, golly,
Yeah.
tell us how you really feel. Don't sugarcoat it.
Right. Yeah.
That's like,
Literally, I'm gonna have nightmares.
I'm going to have nightmares. I'm going to X out of this and go back into it, hopefully. Because, I'm not showing any bad stuff going on
I don't see
this.
anything wrong on the Facebook thing.
It may just be that it's interrupting from my computer right here.
Oh yeah. There's a pause. Yep.
Yep.
Now
There's
it's
a pause.
Now it's going. Ooh.
How's it going?
Yeah. It's reloading. We're reloaded now.
Well, hey,
Hey, it's buffering. So what it's doing is buffering.
we got this going right
It's
here.
buffering.
We're fine on YouTube.
Right, Matt, it's buffering.
Of course, is it buffering?
Not the medication buffering.
No, is that a medication?
Yeah. Used to be an aspirin.
Is it?
I think you can still get it.
Buffering. Is that an over-the-counter head?
That's what people take for
Is
their
that a-
heart attacks.
Is it a head
and their
medicine?
strokes, man.
Buffering?
Yeah.
For their strokes?
Heart attacks and strokes, brother. Heart attacks and strokes.
Now you have to break it in half and put it in the right side of your
in your
mouth,
left
right?
nostril.
Yeah. Yeah, or just
Let it
beside your
dissolve
left. I guess you could-
See, what it does is it burns a hole in your sinus,
yeah.
and it lets the clot come out there, so it doesn't go to your brain.
We are not
It's the
medical
last resort.
We are not medical professionals here on the show.
We are not. What?
So
Speak
do
for
not
yourself.
take buffering and shove it up your left nostril.
Well, you could do that.
You could, but
People are breathing cinnamon. You know what I mean?
well, they're not breathing cinnamon. They're
Well, they
trying
are
to
too.
eat. Well, they
I've
have no
not
choice.
seen anybody do it and didn't breathe it.
Yeah, where it comes out their nose.
And they're and
My
it's like a
favorite
cloud
video-
and they're breathing it, and they're like, "Oh, I'm dying."
My favorite video was this little kid sitting at the table. He'd been arguing with his mom about the Hershey's chocolate
Yeah.
and this baking chocolate powder.
Oh, right, yeah.
And how she said, you won't like it. It's not sweet like you think it is. And so she gives him a big spoon of it
"Yeah."
and has it on video.
Oh no, so bitter.
And he takes it and he scoops some out and he goes. And then you can see these little puffs of chocolate powder coming out of his face. You can just see it when he realized the look at his face when he realizes I made a mistake.
I remember making hot chocolate with that, finding out that way.
Oh, well, you have to do is make sugar with it.
I thought it was hot chocolate.
Well,
I didn't have. I didn't think of that.
I used to take a big scoop of that and about
Whatever it was I tasted
One
was
part
not going to
chocolate-
taste like chocolate. That
I did
was
1
aware
part
of.
chocolate to 2 parts sugar, 3 parts sugar, 4 parts sugar.
1,000 parts.
Just about.
Just
And I would just sit there and I'd
a
stir
bag
it up.
of sugar to a teaspoon of the Hershey.
I would just be eating
powder.
it straight up with sugar and
Oh,
that
man.
chocolate powder.
Oh, it's so good.
It is.
It's so good that way.
The kids in my neighborhood were like, they were jealous. They were jealous. They're like, let me try some of that. No.
You know, I wonder if you mixed a little
get
bit of
your own.
that in with some peanut butter cookies, if you'd get
Chocolate peanut butter cookies?
peanut butter chocolate cookies.
Yeah, you probably could.
I think that might just happen sometime soon.
Yeah.
You know, you got to try it, right? You got to try stuff.
Steve takes it for a headache.
Yeah.
Buffering.
Oh, I thought he was talking about chocolate. I take chocolate for headaches too.
No, I know whenever you
Always
were
makes
out.
me feel better for a
Remember
minute.
whenever you were out of coffee and you didn't have money for more coffee,
I had a headache.
you had a big thing of hot chocolate and you would eat or drink hot chocolate.
Yeah, that disappeared.
Yeah. Larry says liberty has never come from government. Liberty has always come from subjects of government.
Uh-huh.
The history of liberty and it is a history of limitations of government.
Government will continue to take away liberty.
Not increase of it. Woodrow Wilson. That was a quote from Woodrow Wilson. Woodrow.
Yep.
Wilson. So I'm sorry if it keeps freezing up on you guys. It's not our
we're
fault.
sorry.
Our computer is functioning properly. I think it's just Facebook.
Nice hat.
Thank you. Facebook might be overwhelmed at the moment.
You're on track. You're on focus this morning.
Yeah, super focused.
Super focused. Like I threw that in there and it didn't even distract you. It didn't even take you away from the subject.
I don't think there's any long-lasting effects of my
My
eating pure chocolate and sugar when I was a kid.
distraction
Cake,
attempts?
head. You'd be talking like,
When are we going to ride together?
I'm not riding on the back of your motorcycle with you.
No, that's not what I mean.
Oh. Could you imagine how weird that would look?
I got to go camping. I
would-
got to do a motorcycle camping.
My arms
trip.
around your
Arkansas.
waist
I
and
gotta
lay my head on the back of your on your back.
You would too, and I would.
I would make you feel as uncomfortable.
That thing, I'll tell you what,
as
I would
possible.
make you feel uncomfortable. That thing would be sideways in a heartbeat.
Hey, because if I'm going off, you're coming with me.
Yo, no, I'll have a sissy bar.
So you're gonna put
Move
me
you
on the
up
outside of
closer,
the
you know?
sissy bar?
No,
You can put me on the outside of the
you're
sissy
gonna be
bar?
on the inside of it
Inside of the
to
sissy
keep
bar?
you on there.
So I would be
So
your
you get
sissy
the full
bar.
experience. You'd be my backrest.
Backrest. Be like a fluffy pillow as a backrest.
Fluffy pillow for backrest.
I'm sorry that the live video keeps interrupting. This is irritating me as well.
You're not that fluffy, bro. By the way, you're hard. You're hard.
It's funny.
Like a bodybuilder.
It's funny watching like
Your
what
body's built, man. You got a built body. You're tough. You're strong. You're like iron.
I'm just watching me pretend to have my arms wrapped around you with my head on the.
Oh yeah. I didn't see it. Very strange. There you are.
Too funny.
Yeah.
That's
Susan Burrows.
But hang in there, everybody. If you're watching, please don't go
Like
away.
and share, like and share, like and share. Remember to do that. It helps.
You're in a good mood today too, because it's Friday.
My neck hurts,
Oh no!
so I'm in a good mood. I'm trying to overcome.
When you're going to post pictures, when are you going to post pictures of your new bike, Jay?
You should film me getting sideways this morning, and we'll post that.
Well, that already happened.
Yeah, but we can do it again. Only with film. You could camera it. Or
Camera it.
What is it called? How do you say that again?
I like the way you say it. You can camera it.
Hey.
I like that.
Oh, somebody help me.
You can camera it, Jay. U.S. sheds 701,000 jobs, ending a record-long hiring streak due to coronavirus. Okay, so we knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
We knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
But, like he said,
I watched the briefing yesterday. The
can do
first
it.
one of the day.
we can do it.
They're doing 2 a day.
Yeah.
Two
Well,
briefings a day. Did you know that?
yeah, and the liberal media
And
does
there
not want
is also a disinformation campaign going on, big time.
one.
All kinds of things about it's going to take 5 or 6 weeks for people to get their money, and they may not get it, and all kinds of stuff. That the government can't handle it, that they're overwhelmed with the claims, and their computers and stuff are crashing because of it, because of the overwhelming.
These are all lies.
And they're all lies. Yeah, it's not even true. They had the guy who's the head of the IRS was on there saying, no, where are you getting your information? They're asking him these questions, and he's finally like, where are you getting your information? Who's telling you this stuff? And he was like done with that. He was like, what are you talking about? I should.
Thanks, Jim.
I would know.
I'm the head of the
I'm
IRS.
the head of the IRS,
I'm
right.
the guy everybody hates if they have to get audited.
Yeah.
That's and
Which is funny. And where's that information coming from? And why is the media?
people are watching.
Why is the media parroting bad information like that as though it's real?
That's because and the partisan politics is irritating me too. This is not a time for that. This is not a time for that. People are trying to talk about how they don't approve of how President Trump is
Yeah.
handling this situation.
I don't agree with you on that. We have a party system for a reason. And that's because even through times like this when we're desperate and something has to happen, sometimes that is an opportunity for another party to get something in there that they feel is necessary. Now, the Green New Deal is not something that they think is stupid. It would create massive industries in the place of ones that it would destroy.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about them using the coronavirus outbreak as a platform to talk bad about the president.
Oh, okay.
I'm not talking about that. Now, holding it up at that time whenever people really need it, they really shouldn't have put it in there. They need to talk about these things, Jay.
Yeah.
They need to talk about these things. But the bill for
Here's the
the
thing
relief
is all
package
that
should be a
stuff has been
standalone.
stalled because they cannot come together and agree on anything. And
No.
it's all garbage all the time. All underhanded garbage all the time. And they're taking an opportunity like this to try to get something in there in motion. Because if they got something written into law that said we would start to fund a certain amount of money to a new industry like solar or battery powers or something like that. Battery power is really the biggest issue right now because there are parts of California and other parts of the country where they could put up all kinds of solar. This is a vast nation. It's huge. But the problem is that they can't store it. So the peak time of the day when you're going to generate the most power from solar is the lowest point of power use of the day.
Right.
So they are having a whole bunch of excess energy produced by these solar panels that's just being dumped on the ground, basically, because nobody's using it. And it can't go anywhere.
They could put it into a bunch of storage cells.
Batteries, right. But our batteries are not technologically advanced enough to do it, and the cost is way too high. Now, you get somebody like the government on board buying this stuff. Now you have massive orders for these things. So you have the demand. So you create the demand that allows the supplier not only to ramp up its production, but also to ramp up its research and development.
I worked for a battery factory that a lot of their batteries are storage cells specifically for cell phone towers,
Right.
and they're deep cycle.
Some places in the country get enough sun to benefit from it and to be able to produce well with it. The problem is the best batteries for storing and discharging to make the most efficient use of solar power don't do well in cold weather and can be damaged by it.
Yeah.
Whereas a deep cycle battery also can. You know what I mean? So these are, anyways. Also, when you think about energy independence, when we have countries that flood the market with oil, they can destroy an industry of ours because our industry can't thrive at those rates.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where these are dictatorships that are the major suppliers, and they don't care about their people. They don't care about any of that. If they make sense on the barrel, it doesn't matter as long as they're making the cents on the barrel. You know what I mean? As long as the money's coming in for them, because they don't care about the rest.
Linda Fleetwood, good morning. Steve Schultz, I agree with that. There's a well-known retail store that is going down to one door in and out.
Yeah,
Which I agree with that. I think that's a good idea.
I do too.
Because you can't.
It's easier to manage and clean. You can watch the public and how they're moving through the store, what they're touching.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's like there's a kid going around coughing on people.
Yeah, somebody should smack him upside the head.
Yeah, and I'm not about violence, but a thump in the throat would probably stop that from happening.
Yeah, and the violence is wrong.
It is wrong, but that's like
I'm so disappointed.
Look at this. Look at this. I
But it
have
is
elderly parents. Sorry, Dad. I have elderly parents that are in the most affected, like the worst affected age range of this particular virus.
Your dad's kind of still on the edge of
He's
middle
teeter.
age.
Yeah. Well, he's
And your mom.
71.
Yeah, middle age.
He's not going to live to be 140,
Matthew,
142.
you don't get to say that.
It says in the Bible that we're only designed to be 120.
120. Told you.
That would make him 60 would be middle-aged.
Right.
He's in the twilight years. Twilights. Right?
Okay, 60 would be the center, not middle. Middle is a section that's it's a spectrum.
Like if you die at 40, you were middle-aged at 20.
Around. Okay, you don't understand what I'm saying.
Like if you die at 40, that meant that you were middle-aged at 20.
Beginning, middle, and end are not a point, right?
So there's seasons?
Seasons. They're longer.
I don't even know what to
I
think
need
right
a
now.
nap. I need a nap.
That's too funny.
Help me. Somebody
Jeremiah Humans is watching YouTube. They're longer. Jay.
Yeah.
Like you guys get what I said, right? If you die at age 40, you were middle aged at 20.
You were middle-aged at 20. You were middle-aged at 15.
Yeah. That's if you die at 30.
You're middle-aged at 25. No, if you die at 60. I mean 40. If you die at 40.
I don't know what to think right now.
It's 12.33 per age.
You have no idea what does that mean? 12.33. What?
Years per age. So 12.33 years of youth, 12.33 years of middle age, 12.33 years of twilight.
Yeah. That was a horrible movie.
Of elderly age.
What? What did you? Are you tired today?
I am.
You're like
I'm not sleeping well. I got to get the thing shot in my shoulder. Now it's cramping up and spasming.
It's gonna be
and
hard to
throwing
get
my
in there.
neck out, and then cramping up on the other side, and
cramping your style.
so a lot of spasms. I'm having a lot of spasms
Oh, that's not good. Spasms are
in my
bad.
neck.
Yeah,
Yep.
definitely bad. You know what would make that better?
I never
You
had
some
paralysis from it. I've
Super
had
hemp balm from
neuro-
naturalsolutionstore.bz.
It does actually help it,
Yeah, it does.
but I'm out.
You're out.
Yeah, doesn't
I'm
help
out.
like that shot. That shot, like it's like there's nothing wrong for 3 months.
Yeah, but
Well, I
there's
don't know. How
it
long
just
ago did I
masks
have
the
it?
pain. You just need to get the nerves.
How long
burned.
ago was it I had that shot?
Like
was it 3 months?
No, it was like 6 months ago.
No,
Yeah.
wasn't that long.
I don't know. You were middle aged. I'm sorry. Center aged.
No, center age is the center, which would be the age that you said, like 20 or whatever. Or whatever.
For everything, there's a season. And yours is fall because everything is falling apart. We need Steve Mickey Mac.
We
sitting
do
right
need
there.
the Mac.
The
We need
Mac
some of the
Daddy.
Mac.
Steve Mickey Mac Daddy.
Steve Mickey Mac Daddy.
But just know that we miss you, Steve.
You
I
the
need-
man, bro.
I need to text him. He hasn't been on.
What's happening with him?
I don't know. I'm getting
He's
ready
been
to.
getting on. He's been getting on there.
You better.
Yeah.
Not
What are
today.
we talking about today? What did you put up there as our title?
In case you didn't know, it's Friday.
Is that what you put on there?
Yes. you said,
It is
oh, okay.
Friday.
You said, okay.
What are we doing this weekend? We're moving my stuff out of storage.
And we're smoking.
You're welcome.
We're smoking meat.
Smoking meat and moving stuff out of storage. Can you smoke meat while you move stuff out of storage?
I mean, not literally at the same time because you got to be in two places at once.
Right. So how's this going to happen?
I mean, we have
Gotta
all
do it. I gotta
we have
do
all
it.
day Sunday.
Got to do it. Got to do it.
If it's really nice tomorrow, I want to smoke meat tomorrow.
Smoking meat tomorrow. Sounds good. Because I need a refund from the storage.
Some pork shoulder.
I've only got 2 days of use out of the storage out of the payment I paid last.
Say what?
The payment I last paid, I've only used 2 days of. So if I get moved out this weekend,
You get the
then
rest of it back.
I get it back, yes.
But if you go further than that, they prorate it.
Yeah, it's prorated. It'll be prorated now.
Gotcha.
I wouldn't get the whole 75 back.
Natural Solution Store.bz is still there. Go check
See
it
what
out.
I mean?
Huh?
But you see what I mean?
Yeah. I see what you mean.
I got better insurance, so I'm going to save some money on
Better
insurance.
insurance.
Yeah. I'm going to save $40 a month
By switching to, we're not going to
on my motorcycle insurance. The rest of it's going to be the same.
So you're going to have everything on one plan?
That motorcycle's got expensive insurance. It's considered a custom motorcycle,
Even
So
though
in
you
other
bought
words,
it
it's
stock?
preferred to steal.
Oh, yeah.
People want to steal it.
But you got full coverage on it, right? Yeah, you have to because you've got a loan to get it. The bank, they require you have full coverage.
I got more than full coverage.
He's got more than full coverage.
Well, I got the coverage so that if I had a wreck and I slide and it damages all my equipment, like cuts through all my coat and everything, it'll replace that.
Because that's expensive
If
stuff.
it crashes into a tree while I'm sliding and it hits the tree and then it blows up and catches on fire and burns all the gear in my saddlebags, they'll replace it.
Oh.
Worst case scenario. Thinking apocalyptically now.
Linda Fleetwood says, "Good morning, fellas." Smiley face.
So if I'm riding, right, and a zombie deer
Thank you, X Media Group,
jumps
for
out in the
continuing
middle of
to
the
keep
road,
us connected.
right, Matt, a zombie deer.
I
Why
love
changing
you
the
all and
subject?
praise God for giving us this new day.
Yes.
Pray for our world during this uncertain time. Hey, we're seasoned, not old. Laugh
See,
out
now
loud.
my zombie deer story is not going to go.
No, go ahead.
See, now somebody went all serious on me.
No,
They
I
sound
just
like me, really. Shame on you.
this
Being all
is
serious.
This is a guy that got really mad because someone was making
Being-
a joke during a serious time.
Yes, and I apologize.
But and he did too.
But if the zombie deer did come out
That would be.
and I crashed into it,
I bet the
right,
meat
and
would
then
be
I went
super
down
tender.
and skidded with the zombie deer rolling over my head, cracking my helmet,
And then trying to eat your brains.
and then as I'm skidding, it burns holes through my pads and my coat and my legs and my arms into my gear.
It looks like somebody named
AJ?
AJ.
Hello. Oh, that's
You're actually answering the phone while we're live?
hello.
Who is this person?
It's the guy where I live.
Oh, he probably just realized that you're still on the air.
Yeah, probably.
Probably like, oh crap, they're on the air. AJ is Becky's or Dennis Code's son, right?
Yes.
Live video interrupted. Just saying. Now, we are going to stop a little early today, as always, because we decided to stop at least 5 minutes earlier than what we usually do. So that gives us time to really hose the place down with Lysol or antiviral spray. Sorry, I got to stop doing that. Because, we got elderly people coming in, Dr. Paul and Miss Nancy, and then whoever their guests are, and we got to change out all the microphone koozies. Would you call these mic koozies?
I don't know what I'd call them. I'd call them pop filters.
Touching your face. Hey, I don't want you catching it because you're a smoker. I did that to my beard yesterday on the air. I'm like, okay, wiping some of it.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
That stuff smells good.
Well, the thing
That was
is,
a close call.
the thing is,
That was a close call. That
if-
one of them little things right there, right on the corner of my mouth.
yeah, if
I
you
could
would have
feel
seen
it.
it in real time, yeah, it's like, it's got really little. Have you seen them under the microphone? Have you seen them under the microphone, Jay?
Yes.
They're not very good looking creatures.
I've seen them under the microphone, and they are not very good looking. They look like one of them gumballs that used to fall in my yard out of the tree.
But I'm talking about the actual molecule,
Yeah.
not the ball, the molecule. It's like a crab sitting on a thing with like a.
Oh, like the monster?
Yeah.
The little monster in the dark.
Yeah. It is. That's what it is.
It's a monster. in
It's
its
an
own.
invisible threat
Oh,
that
hey,
you can't see coming. That's what's so scary about this thing.
Yes.
They say you're
I
actually.
had a few of the women that are my customers at work that I'm in love with were flirting with me yesterday. Give me. I
Talk about taking a right-hand turn
Yeah,
in a NASCAR
I know.
race.
I know, right?
That's yes, definitely.
They weren't really. I think that my coworker was saying that they were. He's like, "What? They're flirting with you." And I was like, "No."
Well, a lot of people like my personality is oftentimes misunderstood as flirtatious.
Yeah, mine is too. Because I flirt with everybody.
Right. Even me. He flirts with me, guys.
I mean, if what they're talking about is flirting, then yeah, I flirt with everybody. Guys and
You know-
girls alike. I don't discriminate.
Hey, I would say that you and I wouldn't make a great husband-wife if there were that case because of how we get along. But we get along also because we're related,
Well,
and
see,
there's
Matt,
not the pressure of that there.
The thing about a guy and a guy being husband and wife is you see the dilemma there, right?
Yeah, we don't need to say any more about it.
Right.
It's just we don't need to say any more about it. No, I'm just saying.
I don't know what I'm saying.
Well, people always thought that him and I were
Yeah, we would go
a couple.
Yeah. Yeah, they thought
Everywhere we
were a
go.
gay couple.
I mean, we talk and give each other a hard time, like in the aisle at the grocery store.
We have little irritations with each other, but we don't like say psst and storm off and
No,
leave
we-
in separate cars.
No, we give each other a hard time about it, and
Yeah.
then we push each other's buttons,
Yeah.
which is funny. Hey, Steve-O, Mickey Mac, we were just talking about you. We
It was
miss
pretty
you.
funny.
But now Kevin,
Yeah.
good friend of mine, one of my best friends.
Good man.
He is a gay guy.
Is he?
Yes, and when we go out to eat,
Uh-huh.
we torture. We used to do this. We torture the waiter or the waitress
Yeah.
by saying, "Can you tell which one of us is gay and which one of us is straight?"
Yeah, and that's really putting somebody on the spot.
Oh man, you can see. You can see. I mean, usually we give them a
and
hard
no matter
time.
what they say, you should be like
We're good. Here's the thing.
the serious, angry
They
face.
usually choose
how to
him as the straight guy.
What?
Yes. Yes. Blows me away every time. I'm like, they did it again, Kevin. But we joke with them beforehand, so they know that we're not like gonna stiff them on the tip or anything.
Right,
like that.
right.
It's all in good fun.
It's all in good fun.
I mean, they look really nervous whenever you ask them that question.
Of
Hey,
course
tell
they
us
are.
which one of us is gay and which one of us is straight. And we sit there with expectation on our face.
I'd be like, well, both of you are pretty gay right now.
Yeah,
That's
see,
a pretty gay question.
but you're good under pressure like that.
Am I?
Yeah, yeah. Because you would probably say it very seriously to
Speaking
where we
of
would
pressure,
be
a
like,
lot of people are under a lot of
Yes.
pressure, and then we're having to enforce all these things that people don't like,
yeah,
and they're lashing out. So pray for us. Pray for
Mine is
all
too.
of the people who serve the public right now, because
Yeah, 'cause they're
the
getting
public is very stressed,
they're lashing out on them.
and because we have jobs, because we're considered essential, and we're working, and a lot of them are not, or at risk right now, or a lot of other things are happening in their lives. They have children. They don't know how they're going to manage child care, and that's a huge bill.
Yeah,
Well, pray for them. Pray for the people of the world, not just our country,
Yeah.
who right now do not know what
Not
is
to
going to
mention
happen
that-
and are fearful.
people are dealing with all of this, and then they get hit by a tornado,
Yeah, forget
and
it.
their whole entire town is destroyed.
Forget it. You're like,
Oh my goodness!
You're like, what's the use?
You
I
know,
give up.
we were gonna make this just like a really lighthearted day, but that that needs to be prayed about.
I see a lot of people who gave up in life all the time. I see a lot of homeless people who tell me their stories, and they were extremely successful people in the past. When they talk to you, they're intelligent, and usually when they tell you, and you can tell if somebody's making stuff up or not, because when they tell you what they did, they tell you actually what they did, and you're like, huh? Because you don't understand what they're saying.
Right.
They had some technical job where they actually did some valuable, important work, and something happened. They ended up losing it. They gave up somehow, and ended up homeless on the street, and are actually more satisfied to be there than to go through what they went through to get where they were to have it taken away suddenly.
It's,
You know, because at least today they know what to expect.
Steve McAllister says, I really miss you guys, but no, I'm not gay. Laugh out loud.
Yeah, me
No, we didn't think you were.
Nope.
There's nothing wrong.
Your wife gives that away.
You know, and your wife, how is she holding up,
Yeah.
by the way? His wife had lost her position due to the coronavirus issue.
Layoffs. They may hire her back with the new
I think-
relief thing
I think they will have to.
in order to get any funding. Yeah.
Yeah.
For that.
Yeah.
Depends. They don't. You know, it depends on what they decide.
Our
they're gonna
nation
do.
is in a hard way right now.
What
Really
would be
rough
best
go of it.
is a lot of companies that can survive not to take advantage of it, to leave it to companies who cannot survive without it. And I think rejecting those funds and surviving and getting through it and thriving after is a testament to what the steel of our nation.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, if our nation hadn't been, and if our economy hadn't been in such a strong position like it was, I think they would have destroyed us.
yeah, and I think Trump has said that. He said, "Look, we were doing great. We have the money.
We can afford
There's
this.
been a lot of money made in the last 3 years, and we
Yeah.
have the money." So, proud of him for doing that, because that really put a lot of people who profited a lot and made a lot of money throughout that time on the spot to say,
Yeah.
"Look, you
And look at all the
thrived.
red tape he's
Now
cut
it's
through.
time to give back to the people who put you there."
I mean, he took a flamethrower and burned all the red tape away.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's what I see.
There's positive and negative.
Yeah,
and
there
there
is-
will
there's-
be serious consequences to it, but he understands that and is willing to accept.
Well, there'll also be serious consequences to not acting in
Yeah.
such a manner.
Yeah, he had
You
to
know,
weigh it out.
Jim Whining joined us. Welcome to the party. Jim Whining, the president of Acts Ministry, my boss. Hi, Jim. But
AKA.
AKA bishop, pastor, mentor. He's a really good mentor. Yep. And so that's one thing that we have here at Acts Ministry that I highly favor and that I value very, very much is the wisdom of the older members, no offense, Jim, in our ranks. Jim has a passion for autism awareness, for doing the right thing and serving where needed, and also spreading the message of unity in Christ through the Holy Spirit. So that's like, hey, doesn't matter what your denominational doctrine is, we're about unity in Christ through the Holy Spirit here. Yeah. We have all...
And yeah, thank you very much, Jim. You're a great example.
And thank you, Dr. Paul. You guys will get to meet him and
Dr.
his
Paul.
wife, the founders
Yep.
of Acts Ministry. So that's really good.
The happy hour. The happy hour, Matt. It's the happy hour next.
The happy hour.
Are they going to be here? Wasn't there a show in
The
the middle?
happy hour.
Dr. Marty Hamilton. Where's the Dr. Marty Hamilton show?
Dr. Marty Hamilton.
What happened to Dr. Holly?
Dr. M is self-quarantining with his wife who has some serious underlying issues.
And that will be until this really is over.
Yes, and we're still trying to work out the file transfer deal where
She
he
doesn't
records
have
a
the
show.
kind of illness that will ever be, unless they come up with a vaccine, because she can't be exposed no matter when it comes back, can she?
I don't know. I don't
I
think
don't
so.
know. Well, there's the flu. They've been making it through that.
Yeah,
I guess
Facebook is freezing up a lot. I don't know why. It's not our computer here because I'm not getting any yellow. We're broadcasting powerfully and strongly. I think that Facebook is it's Friday morning.
Everybody's on there saying, "Hey, what's going on this weekend? What are we gonna do?"
What you doing? Hey, let's watch some vids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Motorcyclist died this week.
Yep.
One of my coworkers actually witnessed the accident that killed the man.
I'll admit, I freaked out when I saw where it was.
Yeah.
I freaked out, Jay. That's
Well,
why
so
I sent
did
you
my
a message.
coworker.
I said, "How you doing, Jay?" I didn't want to be like, "Hey, Jay, there was a car accident. Was that you?"
Yeah.
I didn't want to
my
be like that.
coworker was mad at me.
Yeah,
She was mad at me.
for riding a
Wouldn't
motorcycle.
speak to me, and
It-
was
This is the one that called
Angry.
that told you this was an old people's disease, right?
yeah. And I tease her about it all the time.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, With Facebook freezing
Well,
up,
I
have
think young people don't really
to read in between the lines on what y'all are saying.
understand that. I mean, because that's true. If it's an old, if the young people don't have to worry about the consequences of it as much because they won't get sick and they won't die from it, of course that relieves them of the urgency and the desperation and the fear of what might happen to them. And so immediately, without thinking it through, they're like, oh, whew,
Come back and
We're
watch it
safe.
later, and there won't be any freezes in it. It'll go all the way through.
you know, they say, "Phew, we're safe. They're relieved. They're not
Yeah.
have to worry. But then thinking through, who are they going to learn from? All the important things like how to make a building not fall on your head when you need
Yeah.
to build one. And how are you
Well,
going
look at all
to
the wisdom the elderly have to impart upon us.
poop cubes? We were talking about poop cubes. If they don't know how to make a drain properly when they build something,
It's going to freeze in the wintertime.
and they're going to have poop cubes in the
Poop
toilet.
cubes. Yeah, and that's not fun.
And they don't flush either.
That's some pretty crappy ice cubes.
Yeah. So and that was one point, but then also, I think one of the most valuable things God gave us, and I truly believe this, with each other, relationship is really what life is about. Not about money, pursuit of happiness, or all that, but it's about relationship, compassion. Compassion is not necessarily a good feeling. When you're having compassion for somebody, you're feeling the suffering, right?
Yeah.
That's not good to feel suffering, but it is truly one of the greatest gifts we have because it compels us to reach out, to extend a hand, and to offer something. At least to offer an ear,
Yeah.
you know? And then to go further if you can. Those are things that are the greatest gifts that we have in life, and the most satisfying thing you can do in your life is to act out on compassion
Yeah.
and to make a difference,
Compassion
small or big.
and empathy. Now, I have called empathy a curse before.
It can be
It's
if you're overly empathetic.
it's a blessing and a curse.
Yeah.
That means like when people go through stuff. I mean, I'm an empathetic person.
People will go through.
I'm uber sensitive.
You are.
Where when I see somebody going through something, my heart hurts really bad. It's a physical pain. You know, there are cords that hold your heart together. You know, like little stretchy thingies that can be damaged because of a traumatic emotional distress. So you can literally die of a broken heart if it were bad enough. I mean, I think you could, honestly.
Yeah.
But it does.
We won't speak of the ways that you can die actually
No.
from it, but it's
No,
horrible.
no,
Yeah.
it is horrible. So, Steve McAllister said, "It's fun watching you now." Laugh out loud. Because they say you have to read between the lines. If you want to watch it, also, I mean, I know that our YouTube account is not freezing up at all. Jeremiah Uman's not freezing on YouTube, he says. So this is how liberty dies with a thunderous applause, he says. That's a bit dark. This is a time of great opportunity. Boy, there's a lot of ups and downs there. So good morning. Thank
But
you
he's right. Both are present. Most times, I think both are present.
Yeah.
Present. You know,
Yeah.
you can't have catastrophe without then having opportunity.
And we will no
'Cause it's
longer
got to
put
be rebuilt. Those who can get the most done and do the best work that's going to help the most people and be of most value are going to thrive more.
I discovered something that you can do yesterday. You can go to cdc.gov.
Yeah.
I wonder if I can do that on here real quick. We got to stop here in about 3 minutes.
Yeah, we got no time.
Go to cdc.gov and you can get the reports and as a PDF form. They're like 13-page reports on the CDC's the coronavirus. Let me see about this here. C.gov coronavirus update. Now,
I just thank God that I'm working. And I'm thankful to my employer because my employer has really championed this and done well and sacrificed a lot through this so far to provide for his employees, which is, I mean, really, God bless you. Honestly, pray blessings on the owner of our Come and Go and the Come and Go.
Oof.
Oh,
Not supposed to-
sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, pray. I mean,
We're still deprogramming.
because he is really helping his customers. He's helping his people, employees, and doing such a great thing. Not only that, but he's doing it before anybody else. He's doing these things before anybody else does. It's like, wait, what are they giving us? What are they doing for us? What are they doing now? And then all of a sudden you hear later that they're recommending people do it. So he has tremendous foresight. He's getting out there and doing the right thing before anybody else, helping with the expectation that people are going to need it instead of waiting until it's too late. You know, that's a really great thing. I mean, really, I'm impressed.
You can get the situation reports.
So do you mind if I say that?
No. No, I don't mind. You already said
Sorry
it.
that I said the name of the company, but it's true, and I'm thinking pray for them, pray blessings on them, be thankful to them, because these stores are staying open because of all the sacrifice that they're making and doing for the public and for their employees at great expense to themselves.
So far, up to date, total cases from start to now, 213,144 cases in the U.S. The total
How many?
amount, 213,144 cases total in the U.S. so far.
That's positive tests.
That's, well, and if you read it, it's also presumed positive tests.
Oh, okay.
So not all of them, because it says data includes both confirmed and presumptive positive cases of COVID-19 reported to CDC or tested at CDC since January 21st, 2020, with the exception of testing results for persons repatriated to the United States from Wuhan, China, and Japan. State and local public health departments are now testing and publicly reporting their cases. In the event of a discrepancy between CDC cases and cases reported by state and local public health officials, data reported by states should be considered the most up to date. So even presumptive positive, if they're not actually
Good.
positive. So that's 213,144 cases.
Well, if they
Total
start doing
deaths
things that
so
way,
far in the
that'll be
United States,
helpful.
4,513 deaths.
Well, I think the scientists are saying, you know, hey, look, we've got the data on the tests. That they're not perfectly accurate, and we know that.
And Missouri is in the
But what they're trying to do is study the actual disease. So when a doctor diagnosed somebody with the flu, but then a test comes back negative, what do you say to that person? Oh, sorry, you don't have the flu. It's like, well, I got all the symptoms of the flu. If it's not the flu, what is it? And if it is something else, who cares? You know, same thing, right?
yeah.
So I think it's helpful for them to understand, and it might give them a direction to go to find out what other types of illnesses may be going around at the same time, and that maybe, like a parasite, is with the host in the same place, right?
Yeah.
And that parasite may be able to leave that host and go to another. Or no, that wouldn't quite be an accurate description of it. But you know what I'm saying, is that it may be something else that happens because of the initial illness.
Okay, so cases in the United States by date of illness onset. It looks like the daily cases reported have gone down. Illness that began during the time of may not yet be reported. So it goes up, then down, and then up a little bit more, and then it's dropping significantly, and that's day by day.
Well, yeah. But there's also data that needs to be included in that, is like
Yes.
shipping schedules, manufacturing schedules, things like that. So they may end up getting a whole bunch more tests one day, and then they use those tests. You know what I mean? Those are all parts of this that are very technical, and the understanding of those things can help.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, everybody, it's time for us to get off here. We need to take this opportunity to thank you guys for tuning in today and for putting up with the freezing and going, but come back and watch it again later. Be sure and like and share this video on your page. We will continue to give you coronavirus updates straight from the CDC. We're not going to go by anything that we see on any social media. I go straight to the source. You go to whitehouse.gov and the cdc.gov, and that's the best place to go to get your
Watch yesterday's show, our apocalyptic fantasy show.
Yes, the fantasy of strategic community planning.
Yeah.
That sounds like a really boring show, but it's actually not.
To me, it was fun.
I thought it was fun, too. So we're going to get off here and hose this place down in preparation for Dr. Paul and Nancy to come on board, and their guest as well. We do have a responsibility to make sure that this place is clean and sanitized.
Like and share these videos while we're doing that.
Yeah, like and share these videos. But we will be back on next week, same time, same channel, should the Lord be willing. So until then, my friends, God bless you and keep you. We love you. My name is Matt.
My name is Jay.
And this has been
The Morning Drive.